This is K2 News at 5 on your side.
New tonight, Seaside police are looking for an 18-year-old suspect in yesterday's early morning attack and high-speed chase. Take a look at this. This is Isaiah Thompson, who's pictured here on your screen. Police say he allegedly assaulted someone, leaving them in critical condition, and stole their Ford Mustang before running from authorities into Washington County. He is still at large tonight, and police say Thompson has no listed address and was last known to be a transient person in Clatsop County. If you have any information, call Seaside Police. You'll remember that several agencies chased the suspect into Hillsborough and say the suspect crashed near Northwest Glencoe Road and Northeast Shannon Street. This is video that we got from neighbors in that area showing officers and deputies from multiple agencies searching the neighborhood for hours. We'll be sure to keep you posted as soon as we have any update on that search. Today, Portland teachers and supporters held a rally ahead of a potential strike this Wednesday. They marched from PAT headquarters to the Burnside Bridge and ended at the waterfront. Negotiations have been underway for months between the union and the district, but with time running out before a potential strike, the PAT hopes the strike proves that supporters for the teachers are widespread.
We hope that this march can help the district managers understand that our community is behind us, our families are behind us, and that we're ready to do what it takes to make sure that our students get the great public schools that they deserve.
Negotiators for the district and the PAT are set to meet on Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday, a representative for the district told K2 they, quote, have made promising progress on a new contract article covering special education, unquote. They say they hope to finalize that issue and bridge other key issues in Monday and Tuesday's bargaining sessions. Today, the Portland Safe Blocks program and Portland Police Bureau teamed up with the Drug Enforcement Administration for National Prescription Drug Takeback Day. They collected tablets, capsules, patches, and other solid forms of drugs and medications for 4 hours earlier today. The collection service is free and anonymous. Coordinators at the event tell K2 proper medication disposal keeps everyone in the community safer.
We want to try and keep both prescription and over-the-counter medication out of the hands of folks that might use them in an abusive way, and also to keep them out of landfills, keep them out of the water system as well. So this is a good way to collect it in a safe way that then they get destroyed in a safe way as well.
Roughly 4,000 local drop-off locations opened up across the country today for National Drug Takeback Day. Now for the latest on the deadly shooting in Maine that killed 18 people. We told you last night that authorities found the suspect, Robert Card, dead after a 48-hour manhunt. Now investigators are digging into their motive and say it's possible Card may have been looking for an ex-girlfriend when he opened fire. Tonight, with the manhunt now over, authorities shifting the focus of their investigation into the motive behind the deadly mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine. It comes after authorities announced late Friday they had found the body of 40-year-old Robert Card, dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Robert Card is no longer a threat to anyone.
Police say his body was recovered near the Androscoggin River in Lisbon Friday night by a recycling center where he used to work. Authorities say they had cleared that location twice.
Across the street, there's an overflow parking lot, which is the Recycling Corporation property. So the owner was very diligent to say, did you clear those trailers?
Investigators say they found a note describing it as a letter to family.
I wouldn't describe it as a explicit suicide note, but the tone and tenor was that the individual was not going to be around.
The suspect had been at large for more than 48 hours after allegedly opening fire at a bowling alley and bar, killing 18 people and wounding 13 others. We're now learning more about the victims. The youngest, Aaron Young, just 14 years old, killed along with his father, Bill, at the bowling alley.
Aaron loved to bowl, and it was something they did fairly regularly, and it just happened to be that night.
Arthur Strout, a father of 5, also died in the rampage. His own father was with him at the restaurant but left 10 minutes before the gunman walked in and opened fire.
I'm there with my son, playing a couple games of pool, just laughing, and in that 10 minutes, he's just gone.
Officials say they took in more than 820 leads during their manhunt, many of them coming from the suspect's family. They've also opened up a victim services center to provide support to the victims' families. Now turning to the latest from the Middle East, Israeli forces have entered into northern Gaza as part of an extended military operation against Hamas. It marks an escalation from recent days when Israel was only conducting brief raids going in and out of the territory. This is not the full-scale ground invasion many were expecting and are expecting. Israel still has a huge military force amassed just outside of Gaza's border.
The war inside the Strip is going to be long, and we are ready for it. This is our second independence war. We are going to fight for the homeland, and we won't withdraw. We are going to fight on the ground, at sea, and in the air. We will destroy our enemy above and below the ground. We're going to fight and win.
Meanwhile, few details are emerging from within Gaza after Israel severed phone and internet service in the region, causing a near total communication blackout. And meantime, the head of the UN's World Food Program says they have lost all contact with aid workers in Gaza. It comes as the region suffers from as we mentioned, near total communication blackout. Tech billionaire Elon Musk is offering to use his Starlink satellite to provide internet for internationally recognized aid groups in the enclave. However, it's unclear how long it would take to set up a connection, as it requires special equipment. Aid workers began supplying food, water, and medical supplies to Palestinian civilians last week, but the UN says their efforts have been largely unsuccessful due to Israeli airstrikes. Here in the U.S., Jeep maker Stellantis has reached a tentative agreement with the United Auto Workers Union. According to two sources familiar with the negotiations today, the proposed deal follows a template set by Ford earlier this week. The exact details are currently unknown. However, the Ford deal included a 25% wage increase over the next 4.5 years for top assembly plant workers, as well as a cost of living increase, bringing the raises to over 30%. Once approved by union members, the Stellantis agreement leaves only General Motors without a contract against the union. A villain-themed culinary experience. That's what a local Make-A-Wish recipient asked for recently, and boy, did she get it. Rosalind is from Happy Valley. She got to take her entire family to Disneyland over the summer to meet Cruella and the Evil Queen. She was also surprised with a behind-the-scenes visit to the park's Central Bakery to make villain-themed Disney treats. Rosalind's story will be featured this weekend on GMA Life. That streams on Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. In other Halloween news, today Portland's witches and warlocks got together to enjoy the outdoors. Folks put on their pointiest hats to paddleboard along the Willamette. This afternoon was the 6th annual Portland Stand-Up Paddleboard Witches on the Willamette. Participants describe it as a very Portland event. I think they got that right. The Wicked Paddle kicked off at 11 this morning between Willamette Park and the Tom McCall Waterfront Park. The witches were prepared to paddle rain or shine, but it was a great day to be outside with all this sunshine. Now we're going to take a look at it from a live look here from our Unico US Bancorp Tower Cam. The sunshine has not gotten away. It has been a beautiful fall day, sweater weather for sure. We got K2's Joe English with the forecast. Is it going to get much colder, Joe?
Yeah, not quite as cold tonight as it was last night. So let's start there with your low temperatures this morning, freezing or below for 30 was the low overnight for Portland. Even on the coast, you were freezing or below or near that, and well below that, central and eastern Oregon, 11 degrees overnight in Redmond. You're used to that kind of thing, but the freeze warning continues overnight tonight, not including everybody. Still sunny, still chilly, still breezy for the next couple of days, and then the rain will be back. Here's your freeze warning until 9 o'clock in the morning for the southern Central Valley and then down to the south as well. You see, it's not including the Portland area right there, so we're still hovering around those freezing temperatures overnight tonight. High temperatures today, 56 in Portland, pretty close to normal. In the 40s for central and eastern Oregon, mid-50s for the coast. Radar's dry right now, so we're not going to see any rain because of the offshore flow. This ridge of high pressure, east and northeast winds coming at us, keeping the storm track away from us. That's going to break down over the next couple of days, and we will eventually see that rain. Not seeing it right now at the Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel in Lincoln City, or Stoller Family Estates in Dayton, or the HoodRiver.com camera. Blue sky everywhere. Not that warm out there, though. 54 degrees from the C-Tran camera on top of the Vancouver Library. Still getting the east winds, 10 to 20 miles an hour. That'll be the story overnight into tomorrow. They could even get a little gustier than that. As we're looking at our hour-by-hour forecast, you see that offshore flow. You see those east winds, but watch how they break down as we go into Monday and then late Monday into Tuesday, Halloween. We'll see those increasing clouds, not expecting any rainfall for Halloween. So here's your Halloween forecast. It's going to be a little chilly out there through the evening, upper 40s, but should be dry through Halloween evening. In fact, even into Wednesday, before we start to see that rain coming in, late Wednesday into Thursday, then we're looking pretty wet and not that cold. We're seeing temperatures moderate a bit for the middle part of the week, but there's your rain coming in. As you see that Wednesday into Thursday, that's the heavy rain coming in, and that's going to be with us Thursday and Friday as well. Sunshine, though, tomorrow on the coast, breezy in spots with gusts of 20, 25, 30 miles an hour. And we could see that coming out of the gorge to the east side of the metro area as well. Temperature still pretty cool, right around 55 to 60 degrees for us. 50 degrees in the gorge, 45 at Government Camp, breezy over the mountain passes, but dry, sunny. Sunny for you in central and eastern Oregon, very frosty. Look at these overnight low temperatures. Again, you folks that live in central and eastern Oregon, you're used to this kind of thing, but teens and 20s for you. 37 in Portland. Sunshine for us Sunday and Monday. There's Halloween. We'll see those increasing clouds, but staying dry until late Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. That's where we're looking fairly wet for a couple of days, and then we dry out a bit by next weekend. But we are definitely in fall where we get this mix of weather, sunshine and rain and sunshine and rain.
Enjoying the dry sweater weather while we got it. Right? All right. Thanks so much, Joe.
Yep.
And hey, more Halloween news for you. Today, the Oregon Zoo kicked off its annual Howl-O-Ween celebration. Kids were able to fill their bags with candy and learn all about wildlife. There was also a costume contest and live entertainment, like you're seeing now on your screen. Some animals were treated to festive fall snacks, entire pumpkins clearly being a popular one across the zoo. If you need to see a bear smash a pumpkin for yourself, good news, the event runs through tomorrow. And for the second Halloween in a row, U.S. shoppers are seeing double-digit inflation in the candy aisle. According to the retail price tracker Data Assembly, candy and gum prices are up an average 13% this month compared to last October. That's on top of the 14% increase seen last year. Weather is the main culprit behind the price hikes. Heavy rain in West Africa limited cocoa production this season, and India, the world's second largest sugar producer, banned sugar exports for the first time in 7 years after monsoon rains damaged the upcoming harvest. Interesting stuff. Anyway, well, that's all the time we have here for this digital edition of KATU News. Thanks so much for watching. We're going to be back here with more local news right after the game around 8 o'clock. See you then.